come to the next part. This is another process of farming, or the types of farming we can see, which is commercial farming. Yes, this is commercial farming. To see the name, we can understand basically the trade work is happening by this kind of farming. Before this farming process, we have learned two types of farming. The first one was primitive subsistence agriculture, or the farming, or intensive subsistence farming. These two were little bit differentiated with each other, but commercial farming is completely differentiated by these two processes which we have learned before. What is written over there? Commercial farming is a practice of agriculture, on a large scale with the use of modern technology. Yes, with the large scale of the use of modern technology. Before these two processes which we have learned, there we cannot have this reference that modern technology uses are happening for primitive and intensive. But for commercial farming, we can see the modern technologies are used in order to generate a profit, because it's a trade work is happening. It's not only the farming process. After doing the farming or after the production, farmers not only use this production only for their self-consumption. Yes, they are also making it as a business. They are selling their products at market, and the money which the customers are paying to them, that is their income. Okay, so that is commercial farming. In my words, if I am explaining you what is commercial farming, first I will tell you that commercial farming is popularly known as agribusiness. It's known as agribusiness. Okay, that means agricultural process and the business both are happening in a single process. It's a type of farming in which crops and livestock both are raised to sell the products on the market for profit and commercial purposes. That means two kinds of farming process, or the two kinds of things are happening in this kinds of process. The first one is crop production is happening. Crop production, which is the main part of this crop production, plus the livestock rearing is also happening. Livestock rearing, that means the domestication of animals. The domestication of animals. Both the processes are happening in a single farming process. Now we will read for the next. The primary characteristic of this type of farming is large land holdings. The first point, large land holdings. For these two different kinds of farming process, we have learned that small land holdings, lack of land we have learned. But in commercial farming, we can have the large land holdings and extensive inputs. Extensive inputs such as high yield variety seeds, which is called HYV seeds. By this seeds, the production is getting more. That's why it's called high yield variety seeds. Adequate irrigation. Before these two processes, we have not learned the irrigation. Only in intensive subsistence, we have learned the irrigation process. But here it's mentioned adequate irrigation, which is very important because India is completely controlled by the monsoonal climate, and monsoon is very much dynamic. Sometimes the rainfall is coming more than the time, before the time, and sometimes the rainfall is not coming even, and that's why in some of the parts of our country they are experiencing the drought as well as the flood. So for this dynamic condition of our climate, they need the adequate irrigation. After that, chemical fertilizer, yes. Chemical fertilizer, why they need this chemical fertilizer? Obviously because of the high production and for the making the land more fertile. Insecticides, to kill the insects which is harmful for the land. The main points I am marking over there. Yes, pesticides and among others. These are the main points which I am highlighting over there. All of you will remember: high yield variety seeds, adequate irrigation, chemical fed fertilizers, insecticides and pesticides. Okay, so the degree to which farming is commercialized varies by region depending on which factors, depending on climatic conditions. In the introduction part, we have already learned and I have already mentioned to you that which are the favorable factors for making the cultivation process or farming process successfully. Those are the same point. If you read the chapter as a whole, you will get the same point. Irrigational infrastructures and other variables. Okay. So these are the points for commercial farming. It's a high technology based farming. That line you should remember. Come to the plantation. Plantation is another process for commercial farming or the mixed farming you can also say. A form of commercial agriculture, plantation agriculture, provides raw materials for a variety of agricultural industry. It provides raw material for the variety of agricultural industries. This type of farming involves the large scale cultivation of a single crop. Yes, it's very important. Large scale cultivation of a single crop. That doesn't mean there we cannot have the mixed crop. In the same land, we are also cultivating potato, some vegetables, and we can also rearing the animals. No, it's not like that. It's a plantation crop. That means a single kinds of crop will be cultivated for year after year. So with the assistance of which laborers? Migrant laborers. That means they are not the permanent. They are the contractual laborers. Utilizing capital investment or intensive inputs. Yes. So these two are the main factors which involves a large scale cultivation of a single crop, the first point. After that, migrant laborers will be there, they will be assisting and utilizing the capital intensive input. So this requires a well developed transportation and communication network. This is very important because when you are making a business or whenever you are doing something, if you want to connect to the people of the whole world or the region where you are doing the business, you need a better communication network. Without the communication network and without transportation in a proper way, you can't make a business in a successful manner. Okay, so transport and communication network is very, very important like the other factors, and as well as adequate market facilities. Yes, one example I would like to give you. If you are making a business of sari business or the garments business you are doing, but in which area you are making the business, there is no demand of the sari. Like in Punjab, you are gone there in the Punjab state and you are doing the business of sari. But Punjabi people don't wear basically the sari. They are wearing the kurta, pajama. If you are making this kinds of markets, then it will be more profitable for you and the people also. But if you are doing some unauthentic things or doing some unnecessary market facilities, but you will not get the market facilities over there because there is no demand. So whenever you want to make a business or the trade work or anything else, you need to first finalize or idealize that what is the demand of the people of this region. That is called market facilities. Okay, market facilities, that means the demand and the supply, the balance between of this. So that things we also have to get for the plantation. Tea is a well-known plantation crop in Assam. That is a very good example of plantation agriculture. Tea is a well-known crop, plantation crop, in which part? Assam and the North Bengal. Assam, North Bengal, that means Assam is in northeastern part, and North Bengal, that means Darjeeling, Jalpaiguri, this part. While coffee is grown in Karnataka. Coffee is grown in Karnataka.